It's time to get real this Christmas and enjoy the things that matter. I'm Michaela Clark of declutteringyou.com and I'm here to help you simplify your Christmas. Every episode, I'll be here to give you one quick, easy Christmas hack designed to help you simplify your holiday season and find the fun again. Let's go. And welcome back to another episode, hackers. Now, I'm not sure about you, but we do cover in these podcasts a bit about money and being debt-free at Christmas because it is such a big issue for everyone. And I'm really excited to have Michelle House from Rich Living on the podcast today. And she's got some great tips for how we can actually have a really fun and enjoyable Christmas without baking. Well, we need to bake at Christmas time, but breaking the bank at Christmas and getting into debt unnecessarily. So she shares 5 great tips for having lots of fun on a budget this Christmas. Enjoy. So Michelle, thanks for joining us today. Now, first I've got to ask, what is the best present your husband ever gave you? Assuming he gives presents.
I think this is probably the last present I ever got, actually. The best present I ever got was a set of professional knives, and I know that they were – so I was beautifully unwrapping this beautiful present, thinking, what's this? It's nice and heavy, it's nice and big, and I opened it and I went, what did you spend that much money on knives for? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's and it was awful. It was so terrible. It was so horrible. But I knew that the knives were like $500 or $600, and I kind of freaked out about it. That was 10 years ago, and they're still the best knives I've ever had.
So it's actually a really good buy in the end.
It was an excellent buy. It was really, really good value for money.
My husband actually, he's not really romantic throughout the year. However, he does pull out the big guns at Christmas. And one year he got me a video camera once. Like, he really does pick some great presents. But the funniest one we ever got was we didn't have a lot of money this particular Christmas, and it was when Wii's just came out, the video consoles. And so everybody we knew was getting one, and I wanted to have one because everyone was having it and I was playing theirs and I was loving it. And he's like, look, I'm sorry, we just, we don't have the money for one. I'm like, yeah, I know, but, I was just still dropping the hints.
I can mention it anyway.
Yeah, I can dream, can't I? And then so he ended up getting some secret money, and he went and he had purchased one. But he'd said to me prior, look, I'll just get you a game because, at least when we have enough money, you'll have a game to play. So I'm expecting to get a game. So I open it and there's this game. And then there's this card with it, which he's cut up a beer carton box, right, which is the card. So he's obviously done this at the last minute. And he's drawn on it a stick figure urinating. And he's got Happy Christmas. And I'm opened it and I'm like, I don't get it. And he's going, well, what's he doing? I'm like, you got someone urinating on my Christmas card. He's going, yeah, but what's he doing? Oh, Wii. He's got Wii. And then there was another box hidden in the house that had the Wii in it. But I just thought it took me a good few minutes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it was quite funny actually because I was, really surprised and he threw me and I'm like, because I always try and guess or find it. I don't like surprises, but that was lovely. So
now that is the best story.
Yeah, so obviously that year kind of blew the budget a little bit with our gifts, but you are is it a financial counsellor? Is that how you refer to yourself?
I'm a qualified financial literacy educator and a financial therapist for those that need a little bit of that along the way.
Lovely. So who else to talk to about not blowing the budget at Christmas? So I'm sure you've got lots of tips for us, but let's narrow it down to 5, say. Can we come up with 5 quick tips? All right.
Oh, gosh, of course.
Yes. All right. Away you go, Michelle. What's first?
Yeah. All right. So one of the most where we spend some of the money over Christmas, and what the part I love the most is the food. There's always an abundance of food. It's beautiful food. It goes up in price because it's Christmas. So they all know that we want beautiful food for that time of the year. But if you spend all of your money on the groceries that week of Christmas, it can be a real big hit on your budget, on your plan for your spending. So the best thing to do is to start now. Like I think we're 8 weeks, maybe we're even down to 7 weeks out from Christmas. But now's a good time to start looking for special offers and bargains for things, like biscuits or things that are going to last the time. Obviously, don't go buying fresh fruit now for Christmas. That's pretty gross. But things that, like crackers and some cheeses will last that time, olives, all of those things, and start spreading the expense out over 8 weeks so you don't get that massive hit the week before Christmas. And it's handy to have that kind of stuff around too when, it's Christmas, people to have random drop-ins with their relatives and with their friends. Easier to have a little bit of something in the fridge than to then go and put $60 on takeout.
Yes, so true.
One other thing that the other one, of course, is drinks. We all like to have a little bit of a drinky poo on Christmas. And again, have a look at the bottle shops or the liquor stores for what they have on special. I know that I found a bargain at my liquor store with the champagne. It was actually their normal everyday brand of champagne, but they had a label on it for a promotion, and their promotion was running out. So they had to get rid of those bottles to bring in the new bottles, but it was the same champagne and it was half the price.
Oh, lovely.
So I grabbed a carton of that.
Oh, of course you would. Just one.
And the mixer drinks. Don't forget the mixer drinks, because they're often on special, soda water, lemonade, all that kind of thing. So start stocking up on those and getting a little stockpile going rather than that massive hit that week before Christmas.
Yes, and it's a stockpile, so don't get into it before Christmas because that would defeat the purpose.
Yes, control yourself, people.
Yeah.
So one of the other things around Christmas, fun. It's a fun time. It's not meant to be a stressful time. And I think we get very caught up in, obviously we all have busy lives, and then the pressure of, oh my gosh, we've got to go out and buy all these presents. But bring it back to a plan. Have a plan about who you're buying presents for. What is the limit? Don't go over the limit. A great way to not go over the limit on gift buying is to use cash. If you've only got $50 to spend on that person and you've got the cash versus the card, if it's $55, you might go, oh, it's all right, I'll just put that on the card. But if you do that for 10 people, 10 times 5, $50 you've overspent already. So using cash for presents is a really good way to stay on track. And also that time of the year is when we're out having parties, and we've got new frocks too. I've got 2 events coming up and I'm going, oh, should I buy a new frock? Yeah, no, I won't. I have done that plenty of times. I've got plenty of frocks. But I'm allowing within my spending plan things like the cost for tickets to go to the events, the cost of travel, like Uber, because I might be having a bit of a drinky poo. If I'm getting my hair done, I include that as part of the plan. Excellent. And my last tip would be, please remember generosity. It is the season for giving, and if we can all get ourselves into the space of generosity and kindness now and start building on that over the 8 weeks, those couple of weeks before Christmas aren't going to be as stressful because we're all coming from that place of kindness and generosity rather than I should be doing this, I have to do that. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And I think that, when we have that gratitude and generosity feeling in our lives, it comes back to us as well. It's that goes around, comes around type thing. And that's what Christmas is actually all about, isn't it? We so forget that with everything else going on. It's just important to remember that. I know a lot of shows in this podcast actually cover on that and how do we slow down and have more gratitude this time of year as well. And getting back to one of your points as well is that, you're talking about buying new frocks and things. We did do an episode with Rabina about how to stay stylish this Christmas without breaking the budget. So she talks about having one perhaps core piece, like a black or a white outfit that you can accessorise with. And she goes through heaps of tips in that episode about saving money but still looking fabulous. So make sure to check that out. Yes. So we cover that in another one as well. So heaps there.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right, so they're great tips. So let's recap again, Michelle. What are these budget saving tips you have?
Okay, look at your food and be prepared about what it is that you are actually buying over the Christmas period, and start to buy that now so it's not such a burden at the end. Drinks, have a look at those and what you're going to need, and start stockpiling both those items, the food and the drinks. Don't be tempted though, keep them until Christmas. Have a look at all the fun things that you're going to be doing between now and Christmas. So things like parties and entertaining, have a look at those and put aside some money for that. The gifts, keeping your eye out for bargains and sales, and the generosity. The generosity, I just, like we said, it's that time of the year. It's a great reminder, Christmas, for us to just be generous and kind and giving.
Great. And I think they're all tips that we can easily implement. It's not like they're impossible. So I reckon we're not going to have to, break into those credit cards too much this Christmas.
No, we've got 8 weeks or 7 or 8 weeks left. We should be good.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and I really hope your family have a wonderful Christmas.
You too, Michaela. Thanks for having me.
It's time to embrace a perfectly imperfect Christmas. Head over to declutteryou.com/Christmas hacks to grab a free copy of the Hack the Holidays Handbook to help you get organised, simplify, and actually enjoy your Christmas this year.